Thank you for spending some time with us tonight. Did you happen to see the strange bright lights last night? You may have been one of many who thought it looked like a plane, meteor shower, or something unexplainable.
The astronomy out here is great. We're kind of a dark spot, so there's a lot of stars to be seen. A lot of folk like to come out, set that up.
What else do you see in the sky out here?
Well, there's a lot of unexplained things. People do come out and look for that, from Zeno Ranch up over the hill and all throughout here. Plenty of people have seen very impossible to explain phenomenon. You know, like something going like that, then goes, it's going, like, you know, I haven't seen the jet created yet that could make that.
Have you seen that?
I've seen some things like that, you know, but it's because it's so dark, you see a lot up there. But yes, I've seen some hard angles for a normal aircraft to make, and they're definitely way up in the sky.
Hey, give my phone.
I have my, yeah, here. Here.
Dude, look, the three lights are back. They're back. We're moving in unison. It's just random lights in the sky moving. Like, I'm not the only one seeing it. There are other people here recording it. There's just random lights. They're gone again. There they
Look
go.
at them.
Oh my god.
Here's some
What the
Dude, this is our now, man, and talking about right now. Oh my god, look at this. Three lights, they keep coming together and then they go apart. Watch this. Look at them. Look at that. Look at them.
It's not a straight line pattern. Like
Dude, what the hell? There goes one. Now they're back to two lights. Oop, there it goes.
There goes one.
Boom. All three.
What is that?
Whoa. We are all out here in the middle of this parking lot at Colwell Creek Apartments. Look at us, all of us here. Oh, man.
There's another one.
Where's one? Oh, the behind the trees now. Oh, they don't.
Another one behind the tree.
This is fucking.
What's going on, baby?
Dude, look at them. They're moving. Look at them. Boom. Over here now. Boom. Dude, this is nuts. Unbelievable.
The first thing I'm thinking, like, whoa, what is this?
Pastor Monzel Ford says as he was sleeping one night last week, his home surveillance camera motion detector kept going off. So from bed, he pulled out his phone and looked at the living room.
This orb, this imagery just hovering in my living room.
No one else was there. It wasn't a flashlight or passing headlights. And Pastor Ford thinks it was too big to be a dust particle. He walked into the living room watching the live feed on his phone.
But when I went out there, I couldn't physically see what I'm looking at in the live feed. So now I'm like, whoa.
The orb came and went for hours, at one point splitting into several shapes.
That's when I'm like, nope. Something's going on here.
Pastor Ford has been haunted by some of the things he's seen as police chaplain and while working his own street ministry. But nothing has spooked him quite like this.
If it's physical, I can stand it, I can challenge it, I can approach it, I can deal with it. But when we talk about things that just floating and disappearing.
This man of faith says the odd occurrence has certainly led to a lot of spirited debate. But so far, he has no certain explanation.
If I know what something is, I'm okay. But it's the unknown thing that throws me off.
And it was all over social media, Ross. People posting stories about seeing strange lights in the sky this past weekend.
Yeah, it was definitely an out-of-this-world experience because these bright lights were shooting through the skies on Saturday night around 10 o'clock, and it looked like a bunch of shooting stars. Now, some people thought it was a meteor shower, maybe a drone, or maybe something unexplainable. E.T. phone home? But experts on top Mauna Kea say it was likely the re-entry of a rocket booster into the Earth's atmosphere from a launch back in 2008.
What is that, guys?
Oh, you got it?
What is that?
And I started videotaping, and when they got closer, that's when I started freaking out because I'm like, oh, what in the world is this? We actually didn't even know what to think. We didn't know what it was, where it came from. It just appeared. It was very quiet. It was actually very eerie feeling.
That was probably what many thought when they saw these mysterious bright lights in the night sky. But experts from the Mauna Kea observatories offer a simple explanation of what they suspect.
So in all likelihood, what they saw last night was the re-entry of a rocket booster.
So we can't be 100% certain because we don't have any of the pieces of the debris, but
The Northern Torrid meteor shower will hit its peak tonight. This one is special because it will actually consist of fireballs, which scientists say are still meteors, but they shine brighter than the planet Venus. Fireballs also tend to last longer. Stargazers can expect to see about 5 fireballs per hour. The annual show has been going on since October, but it'll be most visible tonight and tomorrow night. How about that, JB?
A meteor is streaking across the night sky over Lakewood, New Jersey. A resident's dash cam captured the amazing sight just after 7 last night. The American Meteor Society tweeted that it received more than 215 reports that the bright fireball was also spotted in states along the East Coast from New Hampshire to Maryland.
The sky near St. Louis lit up last night with what looked like a meteor. Hundreds of people say they saw it across 100 miles. This bright blue light was followed by a falling object. Many say they also heard a boom. The video you see here is from a home security camera. If it was a meteor, scientists...
A photographer in Boulder is sharing photos of an incredible phenomenon. This is a light pillar. Meteorologist Chris Spears says the beams are created when light near the surface reflects off tiny ice crystals that are suspended in the atmosphere. Willie Cunningham captured the rare moment north of Jamestown, and our Jeff Todd talked to him.
And just stumbled across this, what appears to be called a light pillar, which I did not know at the time.
Yeah, what did you see, and what was it about this thing that caught your eye?
Yeah, so I was driving pretty slowly. I was with my friend Anna, and the roads were covered in snow. And at first, we sort of just thought it was a glint of light, sort of just in our periphery, I guess. But as we kept driving, we noticed that this sort of hovering light source wasn't moving at all. It was just this constant ray of light floating in space. So yeah, that's the only reasonable explanation I could find on the internet. And it seems to make sense, but I'm sort of in awe about it. I'm just happy that people are enjoying it, to be honest. The world's sort of in a funk right now, I think, especially Colorado and some of these western states with the fires we've had, so.
This morning, waves thrashing Florida's coastline in a season that's seen hurricane after hurricane. Overnight, heavy rainfall and storm surge smacking yet another Gulf Coast state.
Let's talk about the tropics. And let me step off the map here because this is what a record-breaking hurricane season looks like.
This is every single storm that we've had so far, and I have to emphasize so far this season. 29 named storms, 30 systems all together when you include Tropical Depression 10, but I think this is the really just amazing stat of the 2020 hurricane season. There have been 13 U.S. landfalls. 13 U.S. landfalls, and most of them have been along the Gulf Coast. Ada accounted for 2 of those landfalls, one of the Keys.
The massive Category 4 storm just 30 miles off Nicaragua's coast.
Tropical Storm Ada's extended life has lived long enough to make 4 landfalls, forming last month and first striking as a Category 4 in Nicaragua. Then hopscotching through Cuba, the Florida Keys, and now its final return just north of Tampa. Police in Sarasota wading through drenched streets in a region that amazingly hadn't yet been touched by historic storms.
Over a period of 4 days, Ada drenched a huge area of Central America, from Panama to southern Mexico.
The storm made landfall on Honduras and Nicaragua with winds up to 140 miles an hour. Right now, at least 30,000 people are in evacuation shelters.
140-mile-per-hour winds, that is crazy.
Big news to start with, though, here at 6. There's been a series of earthquakes overnight in central Nevada.
Yeah, there have been at least 50 earthquakes since 1 o'clock this morning. This is near the Tonopah and Mina area.
Probably felt at some parts in California, but it happened in Nevada.
Yeah, right around 1:13 this morning. And make it clear, weather, earthquakes do not go together. But I wanted to show this right now because some people...
A 5.3 magnitude earthquake hit rural Nevada this morning, and it was felt by people around the Sierra National Forest in California. It was centered around 160 miles southeast of Reno. Earlier this year, Nevada recorded its largest earthquake in 66 years.
Earthquakes have been pretty common in that area. We've seen clusters of these before. No reports of any injuries or major damage. You'll remember, Sherry, the last time they had some rather more serious earthquakes up there that damaged the highway up there. They had to have some detours around there. So it is possible, but it looks like this is just sort of a little more excessive shaking.